GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
One more go-round here from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Dickey-Stephens Park is the site of the Great American Conference Tournament Championship in baseball in 2024. And we know now, for sure, there is one final game. It's the 2 seed Arkansas Tech, the 1 seed Arkansas-Monticello, and we are ready for one more great game of baseball here. Joey McWilliams along with Blake Smith and Sam Roop. And Sam, it's been nice throughout the tournament. What's it look like from where you're sitting?
Yes, we've had great weather once again for the whole tournament, and we are just lucky with clear skies today and for the other games that have previously gone on. I'm currently sitting in the shade right now. Arkansas Tech's fans are getting some shade versus the game that played before us. The sun was directly above us, so it's shaping up to be a pretty good game, guys.
Thank you, Sam, and of course, it's a big day, and you know what, the sun and the shadow moving over here, the Arkansas Tech fans really had to feel like that the sun was shining on them with a big 9-3 victory in our previous game. Arkansas Tech makes it to the if necessary game, and this one's for all the marbles.
And their offense is going to be clicking on all cylinders as it has all day today against a couple of starting pitchers today that are not traditional starters. In fact, one making his first start of the season in this very important game. Really
quickly, Blake, you had a friend with you. Who's your friend?
Well, we brought Dizzy around, available in the Travelers gift store, and he has been our good luck charm in the booth today. My 3-year-old nephew does not mind that I borrowed him for a couple of hours today out of his trove of many things.
If you haven't had a chance to see one of the broadcasts yet, our championship game here, we'll talk about Dizzy just a little bit more. A staple at Dickey-Stephens Park here in North Little Rock, Arkansas, the home of the Arkansas Travelers. In the meantime, Arkansas Tech, the 2 seed, will be the visitor on the scoreboard again. They'll be batting first as the home team will be and has been a higher seed all tournament long. Cabranes, Jones, and Schwenke, we'll talk about them as they are due up. And on the mound for Monticello today, as you were talking about a little bit earlier, maybe a couple of new faces to that starting role. Ruben Macias, he is making his 15th appearance, just his second start of the season. He's pitched 26 1/3 innings, and he is getting ready to get things going here against Cabranes. First pitch is watched through for a ball. First pitch time is 3:08 p.m. Arkansas Daylight Time, according to the big Timex on the Dickey-Stephens Park scoreboard, the left field wall. 2 balls now, no strikes to Cabranes, who comes in to our championship game hitting .256 and starting now in his 54th game. Strike 1, 2-1 now the count. Cabranes, 35 RBI on the season. His on-base percentage is .427. Now watching the ball, 3-1 the count.
Neither of these starting pitchers today have walked double digits. Macias in 26 1/3 has only walked 7 men, as opposed to striking out 16. So you imagine these guys and their directions today probably throw a lot of strikes.
Not that time, though. He heard what you were saying, Blake. Decided to go a different route. 4 balls in 5 pitches, and there is now a runner on base for Arkansas Tech, as it seems as though we pick up where we left off from game 1. Tech with a 9-3 victory. Blew things open in the 4th inning with a 6-run spot there, and it was really Tech's game from that point on.
And the game starts the exact same way with a 5-pitch walk.
Grant Jones now batting for Tech. Jones, a junior, hitting .292 on the season. Monticello, the top seed in the tournament, came in on the winner's side. Had a loss to give, and so they did.
Not how they wanted things to go when they woke up and got to the park this morning, but they're still alive, and someone's 9 innings away from a championship and an automatic bid.
Now that is the case. Two and one the count now. Macias checking things out back at first. Ruben Macias, a junior from Glendale, Arizona. And he had spent time previously at Glendale Community College.
Monticello's got to control the Tech running game. Allowed 7 stolen bases. Tech was 7 of 8 in steal attempts in game 1.
Jones will put that out to left field, and there to make the catch is Nick Wolf. 1 down as Cabranes will stay at first. That brings up Logan Schwenke. And Schwenke honored a little bit earlier this weekend for doing what it takes to receive his master's degree. As you saw Wolf in left field there, Macias on the mound. Plenty connections between Cripps and Cancilla earlier, and Dorrance has shown he has an arm from that third base spot.
Made some really difficult throws look very easy, like throwing all the way across the diamond. It's nice to have somebody at the hot corner who you can trust to get the ball all the way across the diamond.
Macias from Glendale, Arizona. Schwenke from Chandler, Arizona. These two players had to come all the way to Arkansas to face off there. Pitcher and batter, and Schwenke takes it to the warning track. And Blake, I think that's as deep as we've seen it to straightaway center, although the catch was made there by Cordova, and he has patrolled that area very well today.
We talked about it needing to warm up and get a little more humid for the ball to travel. It's already gotten warmer. It's 83 degrees at first pitch, so you've got to imagine that. That ball's going to travel a little bit better. You still got to make really good contact.
Nick Jones, a redshirt senior from Little Rock. He's now batting.
Pretty good first at bat he had in game 1 today. It was an RBI single. Go ahead and take a look at our umpires today. Chance Wilson calling behind the plate. He also called the opening game of the tournament. Nathan Simmons at first, Toby Milam at second, Kenny Aiken at third, Brad Clark in left field, Brandon Guerra in right field. 6-man crew on championship day, as has always been the case in the GAC.
Now Jones with that first hit of the contest, that RBI single back in the first inning earlier, brought home his brother Grant Jones. Jones on the afternoon so far in the first game, 2 hits, a pair of singles, and he accounted 3 RBI to his name. He'll pop that one back. Count goes full with 2 down.
Little hit and run, 3-1 count. Cabranes will be going on the pitch anyway, as long as he sees Macias go to the plate.
Infield backs up now. There's Jones, high to center field. Cordova's going to have to race to make the catch. He does just that. 1, 2, and 3 after a leadoff walk. 1 left on base, no runs scored, no hits to the bottom of the first when we come back on the GAC Sports Network.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success. For real, the focus is on you.
Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go Dogs!
SWASU, the focus is you. One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University, has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Monticello wants to get rid of the taste of that previous game, and they could do so by making something happen here in the bottom of the first. It'll be Hawthorne, Tanner, and Wolf due up, and the Boll Weevils will be facing Evan Gaunt on the mound. Gaunt making his 12th appearance of the season and his first start. He's 2-0 on the year. He's pitched 17 2/3 innings, given up 19 hits, only 8 runs, 6 of them earned. He's struck out 13 and walked 5. Opponent's batting average of .279, has an ERA of 3.06, and he's already had a decent appearance here in Little Rock.
He did have one appearance on Friday against Southern Arkansas and went a third of an inning. 1 earned run, no hits. So that ERA of 27 here at the final side, a little bit over-exaggerated, but he'll have to have a short memory, just like these Monticello hitters are going to want to have a short memory.
And so it's Rock Hawthorne leading things off for the Boll Weevils. Gaunt, over the course of the entire GAC championship, made 2 appearances, an ERA of 9. He's given up just 1 hit with those 2 runs. He struck out 1. And Hawthorne, the ground ball to second. Cabranes is there, over to Schwenke. 1 down.
Hawthorne continues to struggle at the plate today. He's not had a great day at the plate, and not an ideal tournament. Just 2 for 12 here in North Little Rock over the last 3 days.
That brings up Camden Tanner. Tanner has had a pretty good tournament all the way around, and you bring up what he did not only in the last couple of days, but overall. Larger sample size there. Tanner hitting .320 for the entirety of the GAC tournament, but better than that here in Little Rock. Freshman of the year. He was 1 for 3 earlier today. Had a double and a run scored. Hard swing and a miss there. 1-2 now the count.
Change up just dropped off the table. Throwing it when you're even in the count or even behind in the count. Always trying to confuse hitters.
That one may find its way through. It will, in fact. And a credit to Cabranes, too, because he had shifted over nearly behind second base, ready for that, and he just couldn't get to it in time. So a hit for Camden Tanner, and he continues to excel here in 2024.
Now 8 for 14 here in North Little Rock over the last couple of days, just on an absolute hot streak.
Right around 570. That's an amazing number. Kirk Wolf now batting.
His on base percentage even better. He was hit by a pitch, I believe, on day 1.
Wolf had a single and a double earlier today. Probably the best afternoon of anyone in a black jersey. And that nearly caught in the stands. Barehanded. I'll toss that back over to one of the Travelers officials, and we'll reuse some of these balls here at Dickey Stevens Park for the purposes of the GAC tournament. That one just a bit outside, and it's first ball. 1-2 now the count to Wolf.
Notice between games, Joey, that they have 5 more boxes of baseball. So that's 60 more baseballs they have for use in this game, should it be necessary.
And Wolf pulls that over to his own dugout. Say, you get by with a little help from your friends. You don't want to run them off. Wolf had a single in the first previous game, an RBI double in the sixth. 2 for 4. And again, probably the best afternoon so far of anyone. They'd all like to see that change here, as that one will foul back over the first base netting.
Gaunt has only walked 5 men this season in now 18 complete innings. That is one about every 3 innings of work on average.
Wolf thought about it, thought better. 2-2 now the count. You got the idea in that previous game in the 9th inning that Monticello was ready to just move on. All the batters swinging early. Pretty much took care of business. Game ended 9-3. Tech with the win. Much more deliberate, much more patient in the box now as we've started this final game of the tournament.
Wolf very disciplined at the plate here. He is not going to bite on those breaking balls that start middle and work their way away.
Gaunt's trying to get him to reach. That won't do it. Hit by pitch.
Gaunt's 4th hit batsman of the season. And now Monticello trying to put something together in the first inning.
And Blake, that for Tech is when it all really broke open. In the 4th inning in the previous game, there were 2 outs. Still 1 on. Brendan Bard reached base. And then Shane Poe was hit by a pitch. And already activity going on in the Arkansas Tech dugout ahead. Shane Poe was hit by a pitch. That loaded the bases then for Cole Dawson, who came up and cleared them with a double. Everything broke open then, and it really was the game-defining play. And Coach Dave Dawson is going to come out now and have a conversation on the mound.
Looked like they sent Grant Shahan out to get loose. Shahan went, I believe, 3 innings in the first game yesterday. No, excuse me, that was in the game on, yes, that was the first game. The game against Southern Arkansas. Came in relief early, 3 innings after relieving Emiliano Mata. He may have to relieve Gaunt here in the early going. He got the first out, but has really struggled. He's given up a single and a hit batsman.
It is a very short leash for these pitchers here in this championship game. An automatic bid to the NCAA tournament is on the line. We've talked about this in the previous game. We'll mention it now in case you're just joining us. Both these teams in the regional rankings and should be in solid position to make the NCAA tournament. Arkansas Tech, the number 3 ranked team in the regional ranking. Monticello, the number 6 ranked team in the regional ranking. No bid stealers to speak of from either of the other 2 conferences in the central region. And a hard cut, a swing, and a miss there.
Or here in this league, Southern Arkansas had a chance to be a bid stealer, but went 0-2. And it looks, you would imagine that the 8 are set, barring some crazy shift by the committee over the next day and a half.
Chad Poppy hits that long, deep, and gone over the left field fence. And off the fence to the road. Poppy clears the bases. There were 2 on, and he brings them in along with a trip to home plate himself.
The deepest home run of the 3 we've seen, and Poppy knew it off the bat. An absolute moonshot that bounced off the edge of the concrete and the sidewalk back onto the berm in left field, and now some diving children going after the home run ball.
Really thought that had gone out or was going out to the street, and Chase Cripps now batting. And the momentum and the feel here in the park has changed. Cripps will take that high. Not going to be as deep as the previous swing of the bat. And it is fielded, collected by Poe in left field. And there are 2 down.
It's back-to-back very well hit balls by the middle of this UAM lineup, who admittedly has had some good games, but really struggled in game one. And Poppy, after having a really rough day at the plate earlier today, gets the UAM offense going with a spark.
3 runs in the early going. And Gaunt will deliver now to Cade Cancilla. Cancilla pulls that over the UAM dugout, and his teammates got their blood going over there.
Probably chirping him a little bit.
Yep. Well, and all it takes is one swing of the bat, and as you were talking about, Blake Cancilla will hit that high, and it's not going to be deep enough. It goes foul, left field side. You were mentioning we're struggling just a little bit, and you think, just a single and hit by a pitch, but that put 2 men on for a batter like Poppy, who seemed to be due, and he was.
And even the mound visit did not get Gaunt all the way through that at bat.
Outside, 2-2 now the count.
If you're Gaunt, you got to start nibbling a little bit. You've gotten too much to the plate, most of the strikes you've thrown, and obviously left one hanging right over the middle for Poppy to turn on. You've got to split the difference here. Got to start working the outside corner.
Cancilla, 2 hops to short. Dawson is there. The throw will pull Schwenke off the base, and Cancilla reaches.
I'm going to call that an E6 as it pulled Schwenke off the bag. That was bang, bang. That could have gone either way. Cancilla shows some great speed down the line.
Dawson was there, good position to get it. Maybe a little bit too much momentum on the throw. There is the E6. So Cancilla on base now with 2 outs. And all of those hits that Monticello didn't have in game 1, I think they're trying to make up here in this final game.
Sometimes you get stopped up and then you open the fountain and it's a flood.
Pulled, 1 hop to first there for Aiden Garrett, and it will be the 3 unassisted as Schwenke takes matters into his home hands and steps on the base. Some damage done though for the Boll Weevils here in the first inning. 3 runs on the board. They take an early lead over the Wonder Boys.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils are a fascinating species. They're known to travel in packs, are highly intelligent, and can thrive in any environment. Each and every boll weevil is unique, and they have unique opportunities. But they all share one common trait. Every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil. Learn more at uamont.edu.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation where the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You find a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
Monticello trying to turn things around here and come away with a Great American Conference championship. Sam Roop has an opportunity to visit with the lead man in this UAM athletic department, Coach Hud Jackson.
Yes, correct. The head man, that's what they called you up there. You are the athletic director and also the football coach. Talk about how important and great it is for the #1 seed UMA to be in the final game of this tournament.
It's huge. John Harvey is an outstanding coach. He's got a great staff, great team. It's great for our university. Me and our chancellor, Dr. Dawes, was just talking about it, just how much it brings to our community, brings to Southeast Arkansas, and any chance that we get, an opportunity maybe to go into regionals, which we feel really good about at this point, is a great thing for UAM. So we're just proud of this team for what they've done and what they're going to continue to do in the future.
let's talk about that for a second. You've seen the team's progress throughout the year. Talk about kind of the progression throughout the whole season.
Well, it seems like a lot of the games have been really close. So, I mean, they I guess they're the cardiac weevils. But the last couple games have been really tough. But I tell you, hitting-wise, our guys have done a tremendous job, just consistency all year. Pitching has done a great job, and it's starting to come together. You know, that last game was a little bit tough. You know, Tech got out there to a little bit of a lead. It was a little bit tough for us to come back on it, but our guys have been playing really hard. They don't give up, obviously. They've won some really important games, you know, in that Game 3. But here at the end of the year, they've been playing really well, and I'm excited for them.
Absolutely, and I know there's a lot of baseball fans watching, but there's also a lot of football fans. Talk about the season in the fall that you've seen so far. I know it's kind of early, but yeah, just talk about what we can expect from the season.
Well, I can tell you right now, we have so many great things happening at UAM with our facilities, new weight room and training room, our football locker room. Obviously, we just missed a great catch right there. But a lot of great things happening right now towards our football program. We feel really lucky. We have a quarterback that'll be back at DeMylon Brown, and a lot of other great football players that we've been able to go out and get for this upcoming season. So we're excited about it. We're looking forward to it. We realize it's one game at a time for us. You know, in conference and football, you don't have any kind of break. You're playing all 11 of the opponents, 12 teams in our conference. So we're excited. We're looking forward to the season, and we wanted to put it back in first gear right now and sort of take it easy and have a good summer, good strength and conditioning program going forward. But we're going to focus on our baseball team right now and really looking forward to these guys making a good, hard, strong run to try to win a national championship.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for meeting with me, and good luck next season.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you, Sam. As that was a fantastic catch. Absolutely wonderful catch in center field. Well, by the time Cordova actually got over there to make the grab, I mean, he was all the way into left. And I mean, he got on his horse and he made quite a run. Since that time, a fly out to right as well. Ronaldo does that, and that brings up Brendan Bard with 2 down now here in the top of the second.
Bard, the extra inning hero in yesterday's win. It seems like that was a long time ago, and the Arkansas Tech dugout has to be thinking, what have you done for me lately?
Well, I think just about everyone got into the action in the previous game. Bard, a little bit earlier today, he did have a single and scored a run. 5 trips into the batter's box. He was walked and then flew out, ground out, hit into a fielder's choice as well. But it didn't, again, hit safely once and scored in that 4th inning. And he'll reach base this time by way of the walk. So the first batter to reach base since Cabranes was walked to open the contest. A solid job so far by Macias. He retired 5 consecutive batters. 2 down now here as Shane Poe comes to bat. And he swings at the first pitch. It's going to drift into right center, and it will fall. And Bard will slow up at third. And just like that, Poe has runners in scoring position with 2 down. And Tech may be dealing.
2 out walks are dangerous, especially when the guy right behind you puts the next pitch into the gap. Looked like Cordova didn't have a great path on that, might have lost it in the sun.
A little bit different feel to that one, and I'm not sure where the wind plays into it, but yeah, for as great a catch as the previous one was, it was tough for Cordova to get over to the right side of the field, to his left. And Cole Dawson now batting from the 9 spot. He swings at the first pitch. He'll bring in 1. He will bring in 2. Wow. Swinging at the first pitch, each of the last 2 batters, a double and a single and 2 RBI, and Tech is back to within 1.
And with Dawson on the base paths, you have a feeling he's going to be running at some point in this next at bat.
Well, Blake, you said it. Could either be a very low-scoring game or a very high-scoring game. And those of you who are taking the over, you might be happy with that right now.
This would be an interesting game to see what an over-under might look like.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, I keep thinking I thought 7.5, no, 8, no. I think at least 10.5.
Yeah, you have to think double digits going in, and I know it's a little bit easier said right now when we're halfway there in the top of the second, but I think you'd have to be thinking that. Throw to second, it's in time, but not in the right place. And so, Blake, you said it, Cole Dawson, once he's on base, he's a threat to steal, and he does just then.
It's going to have to be one of those things where Macias has got to check him a couple of times, keep him honest. There is no disengagement rule in college baseball. You've just got to make a toss over if you disengage the rubber. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go here either.
That one down the middle for a strike. 1-2 now the count as Cabranes represents the second trip through the lineup now. Top of the order as he walked to lead things off back in the first. Thought about it, watched it go through a little low.
No one keeping Dawson close there at second. Get as big of a lead as he wants. Now Cripps staying close enough to get back on a throw, but not enough to keep Dawson from taking an extra step.
Outside count goes full with 2 down. Dawson's 14th steal of the season.
Not to mention his third one today.
Exactly. It's been a big day for Dawson offensively. And that one lined into left, and Dawson will turn and come and tie this game up. And how big was that stolen base there?
It looms large. Instead of having guys on the corners, you've got Dawson that's come all the way around. That's why I said in the open that Monticello has got to control the Tech run game, and with Cabranes on first base, that's not any easier.
It's been a 2-out rally all the way around. Macias retired the first 2 batters of the inning after retiring 3 straight in the first. And then a walk, a double, a single, and a single. 3 hits here in the top of the second. This one's tied at 3. Runner is going. The throw is in time. The tag is made, and the inning is done. Grant Jones will be to bat when we come back, or when Tech comes back in the top of the third. In the meantime, 3 hits, 3 runs, nobody left on base, and we'll come back with the bottom of the second.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Tied at 3-all here, Dickey Stevens Park. 2:18. That is on the third base side, out in left field. And there you see the scene expanding to take in all of that left field run. We've had some great left fielders today. Poe and Wolf doing a fantastic job for both Tech and Monticello respectively. Dorrance, Cordova, and Hawthorne on the way now for the Boll Weevils, who had a 3-run lead, and now it's gone.
And now, if you're Gaunt, you feel like you can settle in just a little bit. You don't feel as responsible now that the game has gotten tied again, but this is shaping up to be a bullpen day.
You know, I thought about that as well, and I'll just throw this out here, and this is to the point that you expect to see a lot of pitchers in this game. And the over under on, I'll get this out. Let me start again. The over under on runs, would you place it higher or lower than the over under on pitchers who take to the mound today?
Oh, that's a good one.
By the way, while you're thinking about that, Parker Dorrance, who's hitting .302, and the junior with 23 RBI on the season, is leading things off, and that one is high, playable, and caught as Rinaldo comes in to make the grab. That'll bring up for Monticello Deshaun Cordova, a senior, the only senior in the lineup, or the starting lineup here, batting from the 9 spot.
I'm going to go that the number of runs scored is going to be higher, but hear me out on the explanation. The more runs you get, the more pitchers you're going to see. But the more pitchers you see, the deeper you get in the bullpen, and the higher that run total is going to get. So it's not necessarily a parallel set of lines, but they're in similar directions.
They're trending the same direction, trending the same way.
A little oblique motion, maybe.
Cordova hitting .200 on the year. This is his 30th game in which he's played. He has right at 200, 14 hits in 70 at-bats, has 9 RBI. Not going to be in a position unless he sends one out of here to get one there, but they just want him on base. He's already shown he has some legs in this contest. Been patrolling center field pretty well this week. A great catch already today as Sam was visiting with Coach Jackson a little earlier. Yeah, Blake, it's going to be football season before you know it. My goodness.
Crazy how fast this school year has gone. I mean, I know it on my end, I'm sure on yours too, it's just been a blur. We talked about that a little bit off air over the last couple of days.
It's gone quickly. 2-2 now the count for Cordova. And he puts that to right field. Rinaldo's going to have another chance to stir around a little bit and record another out. Keaton Rinaldo with the F9 and then F9.
Well, if you're Cordova, you got to be a little happier in your first plate appearance than you were in your first 2 in the first game, where he struck out swinging twice. Just hasn't been seeing the ball as well as he would like to, but that defense he plays out in center field, you can't take him off the field at this point.
Back to Rock Hawthorne, top of the order once again. Hawthorne ground out to second in the first inning. He'll watch that through. 1-0 out of the count. Hawthorne hitting .293 on the year. He has 44 hits and 45 runs scored. An on-base percentage of .415. That one's going to try to find the gap in left center, and it's not going to do it as Poe is there to make the catch. 2 fly balls to right, 1 to left, 3 down. No one left on base. 3's on the scoreboard now. The bottom of 2, and this one's tied.
If you're not at home, where else would you be? Not the kind of home you're familiar with, but the kind that helps you become them. Or them. The kind where you become a part of a community that builds you up. A community that doesn't just give you the answers, but helps you discover them for yourself. Home is where the Mule Riders are. When you're a Mule Rider, you're not walking down a predetermined trail, you're blazing your own. The world is full of unsettled questions with so much to explore. Enter it with full reins of knowing who you are, where you come from, and what ignites your flame. Here at home, you have no limits. Reach for the stars and don't stop there. As a Mule Rider, you decide what's possible. Stop imagining what you could do and do it here. Think bigger. Think faster. Let's ride. Don't worry, you're not far from home. Because home is where the Mule Riders are.
Ready to come to the ballpark? Enjoy an ice cold Coca-Cola. They're ready for you here. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup as we get things set in the top of the 3rd inning. Obviously nothing decided yet at this point, and the scoreboard reflects that as well. 3-all our score Bottom of the first, Monticello got 3. Tech erased the 3-point lead just like that in the top of the second.
So to think about how offensive a game this is going to be. How many half innings are you going to see zeros put up on the board? Whoever puts up more is likely going to have the advantage coming down the stretch.
Grant Jones fouling that one off. Grant Jones hitting .292. On the whole, these two teams very good with their on-base percentage. 3 and 4 in the league this year. Arkansas Tech gets on base at a .398 pace as a team hitting, or .398, and Monticello as a team .399. And that one ground to second. Crips the throw in time. 1 down.
Well, Jones with some great closing speed. Tries to force a little bit of a quicker throw there, but these infielders have played so much together this year and have practiced every day. They are used to each other. They know exactly where that throw is going to be, right on the money most of the time.
Logan Schwenke had his 3rd triple of the season earlier today. It was an RBI triple. Stolen base as well. His afternoon was bookended by strikeouts. 0 for 1 today, showing bunt, lays that down. Right back to Macias. The throw, it's in time, and he pulled Cancilla off, but Cancilla just a little hop there, a little dance move, and he's back in place.
Well, instead of having his left foot on the bag, he goes his left foot in foul territory. His right foot just happens to drag the bag on the way back down. One of those cases where they ask you how, was he put out or was he safe?
I was waiting for asking how many on that. You've dropped that one a couple times, but not how many times. That's more of a TikTok dance right there. I don't know.
I would not know.
I have no idea. Now batting is Nick Jones, and Jones coming in hitting .326 with 2 down now. Fouls that one. 2 strikes now. 0-2 the count. Two strikes, 2 outs for Jones. Jones, a Little Rock, Arkansas product. A number of players on these teams, either from or around the Little Rock area. Jones played at Baptist here in Little Rock. The redshirt senior.
He's choked up on the bat, a little wider stance with 2 strikes, trying to just put something in play. Clean up hitters, not necessarily just power, but in this case with 2 outs, you've got to put somebody else in the box. Give yourself a chance to get another run across.
You can visibly see the power generally in Jones's bat there as Cordova runs over, but Wolf will make the catch just with a backswing, which we can talk about that a little bit later on. The 1, 2, and 3, and the inning is done. Macias holding on in this 3rd inning. 3 complete, 3's on the board.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils are a fascinating species. They're known to travel in packs, are highly intelligent, and can thrive in any environment. Each and every boll weevil is unique, and they have unique opportunities. But they all share one common trait. Every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil. Learn more at uamont.edu.
It was 2, 3, and 4 leading off for Tech. At the top of the inning, it's 2, 3, and 4 leading off now for Monticello here in the bottom of the inning. Tanner, Wolf, and Poppy on the way. All three of those scored in the bottom of the first inning. Reaching base single, hit by pitch, and then Poppy's 3-run home run well over the left field fence. We'll see how they do with an encore opportunity.
And maybe on the other side, both of these pitchers have settled in a little bit. They both went 1, 2, 3 after having given up 3 runs in each of their last couple of half innings.
Swinging on the first pitch is Camden Tanner. Ground ball to second. Cabranes is there to dispatch him, 1 down. You're right, Blake. Sometimes you just have to get that little stretch out of your system, settle in. We expect to see, pitchers here, but it doesn't have to happen just in every inning.
Both bullpens are pretty quiet once again after both being pretty busy at the bottom of the first and the top of the second.
Kirk Wolf hits .303 coming in. He was hit by the pitch in the first inning. Watches that for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Wolf again with a single and a double earlier today. And he'll get a single here. Maybe a little more. He stands up for 2 and he's still running. How about this? Premature call on the single. He says, no, I'll take 3, thank you.
Hustling out of the box, that ball gets down in the gap and rolls all the way to the wall, the deepest part of that half of the outfield. And Wolf was thinking 3 all the way and turned on the Jets late.
Second triple of the year. And so far today, Wolf credited with a single, double, and now triple. Cycle still count if it goes over a doubleheader?
It's an interesting question.
Brings up Chaz Poppy, who does have a home run, by the way, to his credit already. 1. One's not good enough. He'll take 2, thank you very much.
That to the deepest part of the yard, into left center field gap, and Poppy is wanting to make up for everything in game 2. Puts the Weevils back on top. Wow.
Man. Back-to-back home runs, and Blakey did it in back-to-back pitches that came to him.
Just like he did in the first half. He's jumping on first pitch. Whatever he sees, he must really like. We'll take a look at that pitch again and see what he can do with it. He's got to see something in the inner half of the plate that he can just turn and drive.
Chase Cripps hitting .269. That one is high, but not near deep enough. And in the infield grass, Schwenke is there to make the catch. 2 down. Cade Cancilla now on the way for the Bull Weevils.
Batting first baseman number 18,
Cancilla, a junior, hitting .301. Watches that one just a bit outside.
And if you're Gaunt, you need to start playing with the outer half of the plate, trying to get that outside corner of right-on-right matchup. Especially if Poppy comes again, you cannot throw anything even remotely close to hittable on the first pitch of his next at bat.
Cancilla watches a strike. The first baseman been consistent there throughout the tournament. Cancilla had a single earlier today. He went 1 for 3. And he gets a hit here and slides into first. That may have been an unintentional slide into first. Looks like he might want to try to turn the corner a little bit earlier and slowed up on his own and just really had to slow down. Be a conversation on the mound, and Coach Dawson goes out to the St. Vincent logo on the field. He won't make it all the way to the mound. The conversation will just consist of 3. And now here comes Coach Dawson.
Looked like a changing of wristbands. So it's an equipment. It's not a mound visit or a defensive charge conference, depending on which rule book you're reading. Just an equipment change.
And home plate ump lets us know for sure. So that brings up Aiden Garrett. Garrett pulled it right back to Schwenke in his first at bat. And they're shifting on him a little bit here, expecting him to pull again. 1-0 the count as he watches the ball in the first offering. Garrett hits .304. Watch that outside. Cade Cancilla on first. He's reached in each strip. E6 in the first inning. Left stranded. 2 out here. He doesn't want to be left stranded again. That's going to try to find the gap. Poe chases it down, and Cancilla will, in fact, be left stranded once again. Fly out to left field, but 2 more runs on the board for the Boll Weevils. A triple followed by a home run on the next pitch, and it's 5-3. Monticello on top here in this championship game.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Again, a beautiful afternoon here in North Little Rock, Arkansas. 5-3 is the score, our championship game in the Great American Conference Baseball Tournament. And to take us through these middle innings is Blake Smith.
Thank you, Joey. Story of the game so far, Chaz Poppy for UAM. He has driven in all 5 runs and is responsible for 2 of the team's 5 hits. He has gone deep in both of his plate appearances in this game. Both home runs to the pull side. Both absolute no doubt shots in his mind, as you'll hopefully get to see his reactions later on in the game. The first pitch to Christian Olea is fouled off the end of the bat. And straight back, Olea flew out to center, leading off the second inning. Got 1 defensive inning off in game 1 today, as he sat and rested for the bottom of the 9th. Takes a look at ball 1.
Said he's responsible for all 5 runs. He's also responsible for 2 of the farthest hit balls that we've seen this weekend.
Probably the 2 deepest, if I'm just guessing. We don't have the TrackMan available at the moment. Let's take a look at strike 2. Not sure what he didn't like about that one. He's behind in the count. Macias remains on the mound for his 4th inning of work. They're going to try to get as much as they can out of him, just like the Wonder Boys are going to try to get everything they can out of Evan Gaunt. Two the count to the Arkansas Tech catcher. The pitch is inside. Olea drops those hips and gets away from contact, and he's run the count full. Macias comes set, the payoff pitch swung on and missed weakly. And Alea is down on strikes. He does not like the effort he put forward, and there's one away. Nice curveball there on the outer third. So here's Keaton Rinaldo. He flew out to right in his only other plate appearance in this game after going 0 for 5 in game 1 today. We'll take a look at ball 1.
We talked about the left field side and the outfielders there. Rinaldo and Hawthorne have done admirable work this weekend on that right field side.
Takes a look at ball 2 down as well. 1 strikeout. He did put 4 balls into play in that previous game today. He will chop that one weakly foul toward the third base dugout.
Rinaldo's had 4 hits here in Little Rock. 308 in his time here at Dickey-Stephens Park.
Overhand breaking ball under the glove of Dorrance and into left field for a base hit. Good effort there by Dorrance. The dive, it was an extraordinary effort. Just got under his glove. He's a split second late, but that ball comes up on you so fast, Joey, at that third base position that it's going to be really hard to make those kind of stops.
Absolutely. It has that reputation.
So Rinaldo on base for the first time today. The first pitch misses low to Brendan Bard. Comes set, swings, pokes one down the right field line. That one looks like it's going to drop, but it does, but in foul territory. It's 1-1.
Rinaldo was heading for third easily. Just did not straighten out enough.
How many times have we talked about how aggressive the Wonder Boys are on the base paths? Approaching double-digit stolen bases for the day. We talked yesterday about how they lead the league in steals by far. He led Harding by double digits, who had the second most. That one fouled off. It's 1-2.
Nearly barehanded, not quite.
Coming on the hop, didn't leave his seat, still made an effort. The 1-2 is lifted out to shallow center field. Cordova will come in several steps and will make the catch ranging over to his left. There, 2 away.
That one wind assisted a bit. Got up high enough and then held up for Cordova to make the easy trot in to get it.
The 4th put out of the day in center field for Deshaun Cordova. And now Poe will come to the plate the second time. He doubled and scored. And he swings at the first pitch and lifts it out to very shallow left. Wolf coming on, making the catch. And they will leave Rinaldo stranded at first base. Macias looks to have settled in, as has Gaunt for the Wonder Boys. We'll see if that continues as we head to the bottom of the 4th coming up.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days, I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
New pitcher on the mound for Arkansas Tech is J.T. Cafferty. He's a junior from Hastings, Nebraska, who makes his way to Russellville by way of Western Nebraska College. Cafferty is making his 12th appearance of the season, all of them in relief, as he has a record, or has not been the pitcher of record at all. 0-0 record. That was easier said than, probably should have been done. 13 2/3 innings. He's given up 14 hits. 5 runs, 4 of them earned. He struck out 18 and walked 7. Opponent's batting average of .259. Similar ERA of 2.63.
And to say the least, a big presence out there on the mound. 6'3", 235. Is Cafferty, and they do grow some big boys up there in Nebraska.
It's true.
So he'll face 8-9-1 in the UAM lineup, and he'll start with Parker Dorrance, who flew out to right field. And Cafferty's first pitch is in there for a called strike 1. Power, the name of the game for Monticello today. Tech is always manufacturing runs. Big breaking ball in there for strike 2. You want to see pitches early from a new pitcher. Gaunt goes 3 innings, 5 runs on 5 hits. And he will yield to the bullpen, hoping for a no decision. This will mean the Wonder Boys have to score at least 2 runs here to get him off the hook. The count is 1-2 to Parker Dorrance. Basin made some good plays defensively this weekend. Pokes one just off his hands, and it goes into foul ground up the first base line.
You said they grow them big in Nebraska. They do, and I've talked to coaches from more than one sport in Nebraska and surrounding areas. When they recruit them, they always look for wrestling as part of their resume as well. 2 sports stars, we see them all the way around. In the Nebraska area and high school ranks, you're going to see a lot of football players, wrestlers, baseball players, wrestlers.
Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball almost in the dirt. Dorrance down on strikes. There's one away. Here comes Deshaun Cordova. Will be Cafferty's first opponent to hit from the left side. 0 for 1. He also flew out to right in the 1-2-3 second inning, the only inning so far that the Weevils did not score in. We'll take a look at ball 1, that back foot breaking ball. If you're going to swing first pitch, and we've seen several guys swing first pitch today, you've got to be thinking fastball. And if he throws first pitch breaking ball, especially his first time through the order, it's going to really keep batters off balance. Pitch catches the outer third, a called strike. Cafferty rocks and deals. Cordova shows bunt, pulls back and takes ball 2 low. Working relatively quickly. The 2-1 misses that outside corner with the fastball. It's 3-1.
What Cordova is doing here is as much for the team as it is for him. Monticello getting a chance to watch.
And he watches ball 4 high and outside, and Cordova works a walk. It's the 5th time this season And he has drawn a base on balls.
Yeah, and it's the first walk of the afternoon for Monticello as well.
They've been active. We'll see if they get active on the base paths with the lead. Cordova only 1 steal in 1 stolen base attempt. We'll keep a pretty modest lead there as Rock Hawthorne takes a look at ball 1 outside. May test the arm of Olea. Poppy's arm has been tested several times today. Pitch in there, got the outer half. Late life on that off-speed pitch there, and it's 1-1. Cordova tries to extend his lead a step. He's still relatively close to the bag. Now starts dancing. Pitch by Hawthorne is fouled straight back. Just a little tip. And the count is 1-2.
Hawthorne thought he had read it, though, well. I mean, put a lot into that. Just grazed it.
Right off the mask of Chance Wilson. He's all right. Those masks are pretty strong. And the 1-2 pitch, overhand breaking ball, called strike 3.
Boy, from the previous pitch to that one, I mean, he took the speed off of it big time, and Hawthorne left looking.
Nice curveball. Started at about the letters, and it worked down to at or just below the belt. And Cafferty has struck out 2 of his first 3 batters he's faced. Here's Camden Tanner, already 1 for 2, and he swings at that same breaking ball and misses. First pitch bender way out in front. Cordova goes, pitch well outside. The throw down is in time, and that will be the inning. Cordova is caught stealing 2-6, and nothing happening for Monticello in inning number 4. We take a look one more time. We head to the 5th. Weevil still with the 2-run lead.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger. An unstoppable force for good. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
New pitcher for UAM, but we will send it down to Samantha Roop first.
Yes, I'm sitting next to Will Horton's mom, Valerie. Happy early Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day weekend. Kind of talk to me about Will's progression. He's been playing baseball all his life. Talk to me how he's grown throughout all of these years.
Well, he has been a kid that has always known what he's wanted to do, and his first words weren't mommy or daddy, but ball. And so, of course, we got him a ball. He's been playing and say that he was the only kid in kindergarten that said, I will play college baseball. And he charted that path, and here we are.
Well, you just mentioned that he graduated last year and he got his MBA this year. He was honored as a senior for their senior ceremony. Talk about what's next for him. That was a very obviously emotional day yesterday for everyone who had a graduating son. Talk about what's next for Will.
Well, we're on the job search. Obviously, he's had quite a few offers, and so he's, deciding which one might fit best into his trajectory. And he will probably come back home to Fort Worth and pursue which one of those is going to work best for him. And then there's still a possibility he might continue on education-wise, but he wants a little bit of a break right now, so.
Talk to me a little bit about your road trips. I was talking to one of our Arkansas Tech students just a minute ago, and she said, yeah, his parents come to every game, and they're from Fort Worth. They come all the way to Russellville. Talk about all of your road trips with your husband.
Well, he's an only child, and so, yes, I have not missed a game other than when I was sick with COVID last year. But, yes, I do come because aside from him, every one of these boys are like my own. It's a very special team, and so I've fed them between double headers. I just go wherever that bus is heading. I'm not far behind it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me, and good luck to Will, whatever's next, and happy Mother's Day again. Thank you. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. A new pitcher on the mound for UAM is Dylan Vale. He's made an appearance once already this week, and he's run the count full on Cole Dawson and gets the swing and miss to retire Dawson for the first time in this game. There's one away.
Vale making his 24th appearance of the season, all of them in relief. He's 4-1 and has an ERA of 6.05, 39 innings pitched. He's given up 30 hits.
A nice little slider to put Dawson away. Back to the top of the lineup for Cabrones.
I think one more important number, Blake, opponent's batting average just 144. That bodes well.
Look at strike two as well, quickly 0-2. Vale did have an appearance earlier this week. He went a third of an inning. He allowed 3 runs on 1 hit. He also walked a man. Cabrones fouls that one back, and he'll stay alive. So looking to get those numbers down. He did, however, get the win as the pitcher of record in Friday's game. And Cabrones will send that one out to left center. Cordova on the move. He gets called off by Wolf, who will make the catch. And there are 2 away. So Vale retires the first 2 batters he faces, and there's 2 away in the Arkansas Tech 5th.
And this is something that the change comes in. You're never sure when it's going to happen for Coach Harvey. He decides to make the change. Previously, Macias had retired 6 of 7 batters in a row, but it was time.
First pitch swinging for Grant Jones, and he'll poke it off to the left side to the picnic area, the third base plaza. They have brunch there on Sundays before day games, Joey. On Travelers Days, 1 hop to short. Garrett a couple of hops, fires across, throws a little high, but he's down is Cancilla to apply the foot to the bag. 3 up and 3 down. Vale with a much better outing so far today. We're through 4.5 here at Dickey Stevens. Weevils 5, Wonder Boys 3.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody.
1, 2, 3. Hey, you better be open. You better be open. Man, listen. There's only one attitude that you gotta bring. Let's go. That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come out here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street. You feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody. We always grinding, always getting better. Every time I come through these lines, no matter what these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Let's go.
Another inning entrusted to J.T. Cafferty to keep this UAM lead at just 2 runs. And the heart of the UAM lineup due up here in the home half of inning number 5. And Camden Tanner will lead things off. He was at bat with 2 outs in the 4th inning, but then Cordova was caught stealing. So Tanner gets a bit of new life. First pitch he sees, the fastball low. Ball 1.
It's always nice to get a new opportunity. It's just and as much as anything, it's just a reset. Plus the fact that you go up there not looking at 2 outs already. Get a chance to get on base and see what happens.
Trying to be a leadoff guy instead of a keep the line moving guy. It's 2 very different mentalities to have. We'll see which one Tanner prefers. Cafferty, the quick wind up and fire. Misses that one high and outside on the fastball. It's 3-0. Wolf to hit next, regardless of the outcome of this at bat. There's the automatic on the outer third. Fastball in there for a strike.
Talked about individual superlatives all season, yet to mention in this one. Tanner, the freshman of the year in the GAC.
And that one misses high, ball 4. And Joey, we heard earlier from Samantha and Will Horton's mom, and who else has made their way out to the Arkansas Tech bullpen but the very same Will Horton, who I again say was the star of the show yesterday for Arkansas Tech. Shahan continues to stay loose. He was out there in the 1st inning doing some tossing.
Yeah, I think that's valid. Horton had a great day.
And Olea will go out and visit with Cafferty, who had a very good 4th inning, struck out 2 of the first 3 batters he faced, and ended up getting the other man caught stealing after Cordova worked a walk. So Cafferty struck out 2 and he's walked 2. We'll see what Kirk Wolf can do. Been hit by a pitch. He has also tripled and scored, with the ever dangerous Chaz Poppy looming. First pitch to Wolf, big breaking ball that misses low.
Bit of a lead over there on first for Tanner.
How active will he get on the base paths? 8 for 10 on stolen base attempts this season. A little bit closer to home this time. Good secondary lead, and for the 2nd time today, Wolf's been hit. And for the 2nd time today, there are men aboard. 1st and 2nd for Chaz Poppy. As we take a look again, and that one just breaking ball that got away from him. And now, Poppy would love to make a little dance around the bases again. First pitch fastball, if I'm Cafferty, is not going to happen. Nope. Dave Dawson will make his way out from the Arkansas Tech dugout. And will he take Cafferty out? He will, as there is a man running in for the bullpen. So they'll bring in a new pitcher to face Chaz Poppy, and we'll tell you about him after this. It's 5-3 UAM, bottom of inning number 5.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils are a fascinating species. They're known to travel in packs, are highly intelligent, and can thrive in any environment. Each and every boll weevil is unique, and they have unique opportunities. But they all share one common trait. Every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil. Learn more at uamont.edu.
Grant Shahan makes his way back onto the field for Arkansas Tech. He did throw 3 innings against the Mule Riders yesterday, and we take a look now at a couple of nice strikeouts he had. Shahan went 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He struck out those 2 that you saw. He also walked 1. And now he's coming in at one of the most crucial parts of the game.
Shahan, a senior from Sherwood, Arkansas. He's making his 22nd appearance. 21 of them in relief. He's had 1 start. 3 saves, though, as he's second on the team in that category. An ERA of 2.63 and opponent's batting average of 219. Those numbers, they're just numbers at this point. Big, big battle we're going to see here.
If I'm Shahan, I do not throw Poppy anything he can swing at first pitch, because you know he's got to be itching to put a big swing on something here. Already with 2 home runs today. Shahan challenges him and gets him to go around for strike 1. High fastball. Oh, it's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Absolutely.
Oh, 1. Now how will Shahan tunnel that pitch? He'll throw a breaking ball that Poppy gets way out in front of. Fouls it off himself in the box, and he's behind 0-2.
Well, Poppy came to play in this second game of the day, and he's just going to leave it all out there in the box.
Might as well. Another big hit could blow this game wide open again. He'll swing and miss late on the fastball. Shahan challenged him, and Shahan gets Poppy to strike out. The first time in this game as we watch that one again, just a high, number high fastball, and Shahan just blew it past him. Now Cripps 0 for 2, hoping to change his luck here. And we'll take a look at a high fastball for ball 1. Is another high fastball, swung on, popped in foul territory. Olea running toward the net. He will watch it land in the second row of box seats. That's 1-1. Shahan checks his runner, so it's another fastball that misses outside. For ball 2. Cripps flew out to left in the first inning. He popped out in foul territory to Schwenke, the first baseman, in the third inning. He's been the second out of the inning in both of his previous plate appearances. And he will poke one off the end of the bat. He will not be the second out of this inning. It's a bloop single. Runners had to hold, so they were late to advance, but the bases are loaded with 1 out here in the 5th.
Well, that was all Cabranes to do, and he got a good leap on it. Tries to make the reach out and grab catch and just can't do it. Stuck a glove out there. Didn't get the exact line. But that's just, honestly, it's a well-hit ball.
He did. Now Cancilla, who has reached in both plate appearances today, reached on an E6 and singled his 2, and he pokes one off the end of the bat, foul on the first base line. Ball on the ground, though. Runners were going as soon as they saw that was going to be on the ground. If you're the Weevils, you could trade it out for a run. You just don't want to hit into any kind of double play, especially one of those line drives right back to somebody.
You do not want to leave all these runners on the bases as well. I mean, an opportunity like this, too many runs have been left on base by Monticello in their time here in Little Rock. Don't want to do it in this inning.
We saw a double play, little line drive, a little ground ball yesterday that ended up being, the runner was frozen and ended up getting tagged going back to the third base bag as there's a strike call on that outer third pitch, and Cancilla behind 1-2. Doesn't have to force anything. Just needs to make sure does not strand runners. A 1-2 poked off the end of the bat and foul up the roof and should be out of play. And it is. Cancilla just slightly open stance. Shahan comes set, nice and tall. Breath in the pitch, misses outside, ball 2.
Nowhere to put Cancilla.
Gotta go right at him. Shahan's fastball has been very lively today. He's already got Poppy to strike out. Got Cripps to nearly chase the very next pitch. 2-2 misses well outside. He tried to throw the breaking ball there and now runs the count full.
Striking out Poppy, that's a statement battle right there. But you have to follow it up.
Count full, nowhere to put Cancilla. The payoff pitch is low, ball 4, and the Weevils walk in a run, and a big celebration from Cancilla. Well deserved after battling through that at bat. It's now 6-3 in favor of the Weevils. Still just one away in the inning. Parker Dorrance 0 for 2. Swings and misses at a changeup there that just fell right off the table. Dorrance flew out to right in the second, struck out swinging to lead off the fourth. Excuse me, that's Garrett.
Yes.
I apologize. I missed a spot on my
That's
card.
all right.
Garrett 0 for 2 anyway. He grounded out to first to end the first. He flew out to left to end the third. Now we're on track. I thought he was right-handed, and he was. He swings over another changeup and misses. That's what happens at Game 7.
There we go.
A long week.
Not bad. Doing a great job, Blake.
Well, thank you.
Glad to be on board with you.
Absolutely. I'll take it every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Now the shift with the infield in. They bring 3 infielders to the left side. Another changeup and gets Garrett to go down weakly. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Shahan, and there's 2 away, and the Weevils in danger of leaving the bases loaded again.
That's not the way you had talked about it. They actually wound up, ultimately trading a run for an out, but still an opportunity here with these bases loaded.
And now Parker Dorrance comes to the plate. Weevils' third baseman. He will swing at the first pitch and soft liner to short. Dawson right there to make the catch. And the Weevils leave 3 men on. They do get 1 across the plate on 1 hit. Strand 3 men on the bags. We're through 5, 6-3 UAM.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Dylan Vale had a nice inning on the mound back in the 5th. Went 1, 2, 3. And got one more run of support as we head to the top of the 6th. 3, 4, 5 coming up for the Wonder Boys, and Logan Schwenke will lead things off.
It was not only a solid inning for Vale too, but to come back, maybe not the best appearance earlier in the tournament, and to come back and take care of business just like that 1, 2, 3 here in the championship game. Good work.
First pitch to Schwenke, a fastball down and away. Schwenke 0 for 2 today. He's flown out to center, and he's grounded out to the pitcher's spot. Breaking ball, front door, did not get all the way back.
Now it's the Monticello fans going, wait a minute.
A lot of barking going on today. The 2-0 rather, that one misses down. It's 3-0.
Wow. It looks like, he is so close to catching that, and both those last 2 pitches. There he's just going to, that one's the automatic, but still, that's just target practice then.
Pumping an 85-mile-an-hour fastball down the middle of the plate. It's a dangerous game, but it works. 3-1, fastball misses low, ball 4. Schwenke works a leadoff walk. Second inning in which an Arkansas Tech batter has led off the inning with a walk.
Batting designated hitter number 29, Nick Jones.
Jones has been the final out of the inning, both of his previous at-bats.
2 fly-outs, one to center field, one to left field.
Conversation on the way.
Now there'll be a quick mound visit to see if Vale can get calmed down. No action in the bullpen yet.
Exactly.
Probably a mechanic fix. I'm trying to throw a little too hard. He's been a little extra on some of those fastballs, trying to blow them past hitters.
Well, can you imagine, being just a little juiced up for this one?
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot on the line. Automatic bid to the NCAA tournament on the line here.
Nick Jones will step in ahead of the count already 1-0. Schwenke aboard first and nobody out. The pitch right down the middle. We'll get back in the count there, the fastball.
Get the bag away. Be up there that close.
There's the 1-1 pitch, misses low, ball 2.
Talked about it the last time Nick Jones was up there. It's that backswing. There's some power in this hit when he connects.
He will not swing at a high fastball at the letters, and it's 3-1. Vale in danger of giving up back-to-back walks to start an inning. Giving a very open window. Misses that spot inside. It's ball 4. You can't miss a spot that badly and be rewarded with it. Now there's 2 men aboard, nobody out. Take a look again. That one missed inside. You see how far Poppy had to pull that glove toward the inner half of the plate? That was nowhere near the spot that had been decided upon. So here's Christian Olea, 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. His chance to do some damage here. He swings and misses on the first pitch.
Think he didn't want to tie it up with one swing of the bat?
He absolutely did. He saw Poppy do it from a very close angle and wanted to do the exact same thing. We'll see if Vale has settled down. His 0-1 pitch is in there at the belt for strike 2. When you can't throw your breaking pitches well, spot your fastball, work from there. The 0-2 pitch. Rocks and fires. Chopped weakly to third. Dorrance fires over to second. On to first in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play. Schwenke will advance to third, but there are quickly 2 away in the inning. Spot the fastball down. Get weak contact. Trust your defense behind you.
5-4-3, just like that.
Now Ronaldo in a very different position than he was thinking he might have been. He's 1 for 2 and swings the first pitch, lifts it out to right. Hawthorne there, camps out and makes the grab. So after 2 leadoff walks, Dylan Vale makes his presence known as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 6-3 in favor of Monticello.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? Working, man.
The mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody.
1, 2, 3. Yes, you better be open. You better be open. Man, listen, There's only one attitude that you gotta bring. Let's go. That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come out here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street. You feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody. We always grinding, always getting better. Every time I come through these lines, no matter what these lines at, work. Maximum effort.
Let's go.
Arkansas Tech unable to get their bats going in the 6th inning. They'll head to the bottom half and hope their defense produces similar results. It'll be Deshaun Cordova, the center fielder, to lead things off. 0 for 1 and a walk. He was caught stealing to end the 4th inning. He will come and lead things off for the first time in this game here in the bottom half of the 6th. We'll take a look at a fastball in for a strike from Grant Shahan.
This is what I think a little bit more of what we expect from Monticello. Not just from what we've seen this weekend, but what we have seen from him all year. Just be able to get a run or two here, run or two there. I mean, it was just a time of shutdown in game 1. And, you know, for whatever happened, I think you said it best. Coach Harvey knows that baseball happens. And sometimes it just does what it does, and you're ready, you're prepared, you come in ready to play, and wow. It didn't go right in game 1, so here we are in game 2.
0-2 fastball misses outside. The 1-2 fastball is tipped into the glove for strike 3. Cordova down on strikes for the first time in this game, for the 3rd time overall today.
By the way, I do not say that to discredit what Tech has done or brings to the table. I mean, it was a solid effort, but it didn't look like the same Monticello team we've seen earlier this week.
Fastball for Shahan misses down. Ball 1. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Monticello. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Arkansas Tech. The fastball, that one misses high and outside. Quickly 2-0. Shahan rocks and deals. Chopped to first. Step back by Schwenke, fields it on a hop, trots over to the bag himself. Hawthorne is retired for the 4th time today. In this game, there's 2 away.
First out once, second out twice, third out once. I mean, he's taking care of business in right field, though.
He is.
But you know he wants to be part of this offensive action.
Absolutely. He wants to get in on the fun. First pitch to Camden Tanner is down, ball 1. See John Harvey from his box in third base coaching box. And that one misses low. It's 2-0. Tanner, 1 for 2 today. Single, a walk, and a run scored. He's also grounded out to second. We've had lots of ground outs to second base. We've had lots of fly outs to the outfield. Tanner pulls that one down the line, just foul. Nice diving stop by Schwenke, but doesn't mean much once it's already been declared dead.
Yeah, 6'4" frame. There's not a lot that's going to get past him in that general vicinity.
One is pulled foul once again. 2-2. Shahan sets, fires, poked through the shift and into right center field for a base hit. Camden Tanner, his second hit of the game, his third time on base, and trying to start a two-out rally.
We've seen it enough times today. Tech did it in our first game today. Monticello, by the way, with Tanner now really back into form. That's always a good sign for Monticello this year.
Wolf's had a pretty good game as well. 1 for 1. He's been hit twice. Takes a look at strike one. Don't want to say he expects to be hit, but sometimes feels like you've got a magnet in your arm. That ball's just going to come right to it. Shahan's 0-1 is swung on and fouled straight back into the suite to our immediate right, suite 9 of, I believe, 16 here. And Dickey Stevens not including the party deck at the very end of first base.
Can't leave out the party deck.
Well, it's technically not a suite. It's kind of its own deal. Fastball misses low. 0-2 waste pitch.
You know, on those inside throws also, I mean, having been hit twice, if it's inside, you just almost are bracing for impact.
Those muscles tighten up a little bit. You get a little tense. And you're trying to fight your way back into a count. 1-2 misses low again, counts even. And Olea with a word of encouragement to his pitcher. He hit the spot there, trying to get that fastball low. More and more batters like that pitch. They want to get a good launch angle on it. They go down and get it a lot of the time. 2-2, swung on, fouled back. Coming back, bouncing on the concourse, bounding into the box seats. Directly below us. And a young fella going to make his way. He's going to fight with the usher to see who can get there first. And they'll both touch it. Wolf pops one behind home plate. It will be catchable, but Olea could not bring it in. He had his palm facing up as he was running into the net, and the ball just drifted off the heel of his glove. Let's take a look at it again here. He's got a bead on it, but it kind of tails at the last minute.
Question is here, does something like that come back to haunt you? You get one more pitch.
Baseball does happen. Here's the 2-2, swung on, line shot, and it's caught by Bard at third base. So the dropped foul ball does not come back. Wolf slams his bat toward the dugout in frustration after a hard hit ball, and we've gone through 6 innings. Still 6-3 in favor of the Weevils.
Hey Future Readies, are you interested in a career in business? Henderson State University offers bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration and certificates in analytics, marketing and communications, and nonprofit management. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
SWASU has been saying that the focus is you for 20 years. Now that I'm here, I know my voice matters.
It's a true home away from home where the professors really do put the focus on me and my dreams.
At SWASU, it feels like they are cheering me on with so many ways to get involved, like social clubs,
sports, quality academics, and great people who care about your success.
For real, the focus is on you. Open the door to your future at SWASU. Go
Before we see what Arkansas Tech can do in the top of the 7th inning, let's throw it down to Samantha Roop, who's got something for us.
Hey guys, I'm with Arkansas Tech, Jack Rector and Aiden Kinnan. Guys, y'all have been sitting out here almost the whole game. Talk to me about what y'all are doing for those that don't know anything about a radar gun.
We're basically charting how fast every pitch is, what the pitch type is, and the result of each pitch. So basically for our coaches to see what's effective against this team.
Jack, you pitched yesterday, just a great game. Kind of explain the feeling of being on the mound during like a tight game.
Well, I mean, the feeling was great, especially because of the field. I mean, it's beautiful out here. It was a big game yesterday. It was an elimination game. And I knew the guys behind me, they had my back. Grant Jones made some great plays in the outfield for me. So, I mean, I had their back, they had mine. It was a great feeling.
Sitting in front of UAM players right now, have y'all become friends?
Yes. We're pretty good friends. We've become close over the last couple months.
Explain the feeling you'll have right now sitting in the championship game.
I mean, it's a great feeling, but I mean, for us, we're burned alive being out in the sun. But overall, it's so much fun. You can't ask for anything more.
Well, absolutely. Well, thank you guys. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, Sam. Take us through the rest of this one. Take us home, Joey McWilliams.
Thank you very much, Blake, and glad to not be burned alive, I think, at this point in time, too. Those guys go through a lot, and they are taking care of business. Yeoman's work down there for the team and watching the radar gun and being able to chart what's happening. Brendan Bard, the 3 unassisted as a ground ball to first base. He will take a seat. It's Shane Poe now batting, and Poe 1 for 2 on the day. He's been patrolling the outfield and left field for Tech. And it's been spelled by Brandon Barton coming in late in a game. We get one more at bat here, and we'll see if that's the case again here in this championship game. Poe mentioned 1 for 2, had a double and scored a run back in the 2nd inning. And fouled that one off. Flew out to left field in the 4th. 2-2 the count now with 1 down. And the Boll Weevils doubling up on Tech now. Pitching been solid so far as that one is hit high in center field. Underneath that is Cordova to make the catch, 2 down. So Poe will fly out again, and that will bring us to the bottom of the lineup in Cole Dawson. He's had a solid day. Batting wise, he's had a very solid day. Had a single, a double, 3 RBI. Basically the game-defining play in the first game. He will quickly swing at the first pitch and be retired by way of ground out to third. The 5-3 sets things up, rings them up, and we will now take an opportunity to stretch. It's stretch time here at Dickey-Stephens Park. Monticello on the way back up, trying to build on a 3-run lead.
If you're not at home, where else would you be? Not the kind of home you're familiar with, but the kind that helps you become them. Or them. The kind where you become a part of a community that builds you up. A community that doesn't just give you the answers, but helps you discover them for yourself. Home is where the mule riders are. When you're a mule rider, you're not walking down a predetermined trail, you're blazing your own. The world is full of unsettled questions with so much to explore. Enter it with full reins of knowing who you are, where you come from, and what ignites your flame. Here at home, you have no limits. Reach for the stars and don't stop there. As a mule rider, you decide what's possible. Stop imagining what you could do and do it here. Think bigger. Think faster. Let's ride. Don't worry, you're not far from home. Because home is where the mule riders are.
Triple C in the middle of the order for the Boll Weevils. It's Chaz, Chase, and Cade. Poppy, Cripps, and Cancilla due up now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hope everyone's taking the time to stretch. I think I'm going to stretch just a little bit more here while I get this opportunity. And we are in the home stretch of this one. 6-3 the score. Tech trailing by just 3. Wanting to shut out Monticello here in the bottom of the 7th inning. See if they can get their bats going at least one more time. Monticello, 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 1 run in the 5th. They've been scoring in odd-numbered innings. See if they can do so here.
They will face the new left-handed arm of Simon Murray, the big fella, 2-2, the 2.36 ERA. He is listed at 6'2", 230, from Lee Summit, Missouri, a eastern suburb of Kansas City. Previously played at Truman State in the Great Lakes Valley Conference, which was formerly known as Northeast Missouri State.
Very nice, thank you.
I only knew that because one of my college professors graduated from there.
Okay. The Bulldogs of Truman State, so some D2 action already for settling in here at Arkansas Tech. It's Chaz Poppy, and Poppy has, well, lived up to his name. He's popped a couple of long balls today. And he will watch the first pitch come through. Takes it for a ball. Chaz Poppy with a 3-run home run in the first, a 2-run home run in the third. Struck out in the 5th. There's his opportunity in the 7th. Talk about Monticello scoring runs in odd-numbered innings, due in large part because that's when Chad Poppy's been batting.
Worked out pretty well for Poppy so far today.
Lines that to second base, picking up to make the throw. It is in time. Great job by Cabranes, and Poppy will take a seat, 1 down.
Not only was that a great stop by Cabranes, but he got up and realized that he had to fire that ball over to first in a hurry. Gets up, gets his feet set, and fires that ball over to first in time.
Chase Cripps now batting for the Boll Weevils. Cripps already on the day. A single in this one, 2 singles in the previous game. Hasn't scored a run in this one. Left stranded back in the 5th. As he's 1 for 3. And that one fouled to the right field side. It's a light pole or 2. One of the big light poles for the main stadium and one of the smaller, more decorative light poles as well. A little pinball action over there, and we're back with the 0-2 count.
Late on that fastball. A lot of heat coming from that left side for Murray.
1-2 now the count. As that one drifts high. Talk about how the GAC may sort things out post-tournament. That one will go high, maybe a bit outside as well. It is very likely, and I believe, Blake, we both believe that both of these teams will be in, win or lose today. Depends upon the seeding and what happens. Tech, the number 3 ranked team in the regional rankings in the Central region. Not likely, even with the win, if Tech comes back and gets a win here, not likely to overtake Central Missouri, the number 2 team in the country, or Missouri Southern. And Warrensburg and Joplin, Missouri, both of those sites likely to be host sites. As that one outside, and so getting ahead in the count, Murray's not able to finish it off, and so Cripps will take his base on balls.
Yeah, it's almost as if everything's already set, and the fact that these two teams, if the result holds, are likely to beat each other once apiece today, that makes it look even stronger. That makes our league look better. That's just sets ourselves up for that 3 bids that we are looking for.
Now, of course, with Cancilla coming to bat, Cade Cancilla single in the third, walked in the fifth. He's been left stranded 3 times, reached base by way of an error in the first. He's been stuck on first base all 3 times. Would like to see something a little different happen. The third team in the mix for the GAC that Blake alluded to is the third team who has a share of the conference championship in the conference, and that's Harding. And Harding winning on Thursday probably got it done for them. Now, no bid stealers, as you know, the teams below the 8 spot didn't win enough games. Southern Arkansas, one of those. Harding in the number 7 spot in the regional rankings, that's likely enough, and that one win on Thursday likely enough to keep them in, whether it be a 7 seed or an 8 seed in the Central Region tournament.
Just got to get there after that. Everything else, then you can play. Everything else is really gravy.
Not sure exactly how everything's going on the softball end today, but you mentioned that, and I will bring up the point. Southern Nazarene wins the conference tournament, the GAC, takes the number 7 seed into Claremore, Oklahoma. By the way, upended some teams that might have thought they would not, made it to the final of that sub-regional. We may be able to give you more information on that later, but Haley Evans with a grand slam, walk-off grand slam. How about that to win a game?
Unfortunately, Southern Nazarene falls 4-0 to Rogers State today. The host team can advance to the Super there.
What an effort, though. I mean, you make one of the lower seeds is a 7 seed to make it into the sub-regional final against Rogers State, a national champion, by the way, Rogers State just a couple of years ago. Not bad to do that in Claremore. But again, to your point, you just have to get there.
That stranger things have happened.
3-1 the count now for Cancilla. That one won't be playable. 3-2. Count goes full.
Just look at women's basketball this year. Minnesota State in the Central Region tournament was 7th, and they went on to win the national championship.
You know, that's a valid point, and we'll watch this full count. I may give my thought on that here in a moment. Outside. 4 balls, and now runners on first and second as Kripp goes over to second. Cripps is at second, where he was left stranded in the 5th. Cancilla to first now, where he was left stranded in the 5th. And Cancilla's been left stranded at first 3 times prior to this inning. He'd like to move on around. And conversation going on, let me say really quickly to that point, Blake. That is very much a valid observation. I had it as well. Looking back, I felt like that Minnesota State was grossly underseeded, and didn't think they should have been in that spot to be there. But congratulations to them on a national championship. Back to baseball now, as we may be looking at a new pitcher. We do. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and talk about him in just a moment.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days, I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Mason Griffin, the new Arkansas Tech pitcher, appearance number 18. He's 2-1 with a 3.32 ERA. The Austin, Arkansas product, prepped at Cabot High School. He was a Panther before he was a Wonder Boy. And he comes in. bit of a situation here. He's got men on first and second with just one out here in the home half of the seventh.
Those men on base, Cripps and Cancilla. Aiden Garrett on the way now for the Boll Weevils. Garrett today 0 for 3. He's ground out, flown out, struck out. Running out of ways to put the little circle with the number in it in his box on the scorecard, so he'd like to see something different here. And as I mentioned, Cancilla probably would be happy to not be stranded on first. A 3-run advantage for Monticello. And for Tech, you look at it and you say, we just have to stop this here. And this is one batter at a time now. With one down, Griffin just needs to take care of business one at a time and allow the bats to try to go to work again for Tech.
Because they are running out of outs. You've got 6 offensive outs you still have to get. Arkansas Tech, you've got to get a run for every 2 of those you make to keep this game alive.
A little high, Monticello fans happy. Sam mentioned a while ago that the Monticello fans started off cheering. It became a Tech roar for most of that first game. It's been the opposite here. As that one hops, the throw to second is in time. So it's a 3-6 as Schwenke makes the throw over to Dawson. One down, and Blake, that is what Griffin needed to do. You have one down, you get the second one right there. Runners on the corners, didn't give anything up to get that out.
You did, and you had a chance at a double play, but it was a very slim chance, and Dawson made the right decision to not throw that ball to first base.
Agreed. Parker Dorrance. Same thing for him. He's 0 for 3. Lined out, flew out, struck out. Trying to just get on base here. Monticello left 3 on back in the 5th. 1 on in the 6th. Don't want to leave 2 on right here. A 3-run lead is one of those leads that can be erased with one swing of a bat. You want more runs on the board. Runner is going, and that one's fouled off. He'll have to come back. So Garrett goes back to first. And by the way, of all the players to get out with that were on base just a moment ago was Cancilla. He still hasn't made it past first day. 4 times he's been to first. 4 times he's had to take a seat.
He will not remember that
no,
if
they get
the
a
team
W.
holds on.
That's right. They get a W, and that'll just be a footnote. Runner going again. No throw. Olea thinks better of it, decides he doesn't want to take the chance on Cripps coming in. Stolen base?
It was indeed.
That one's one for Monticello. We've been talking about Tech stolen bases all day. Monticello hasn't been as aggressive on the base path. 2 runners in scoring position now, though, 6-3 the score. And it's a 1-2 count for Parker Dorrance. He'll put that high, not too deep. Doesn't matter, it's playable. And chasing it all the way down is Cabranes. It's going to leave 2 on. No hits, a walk, fielder's choice, no runs scored. That's big for the Wonder Boys. They'll be batting when we come back.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger, an unstoppable force for good. More than book smart More than business smart, they are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Top of the 8th, and we go back to the top of the order. Cabranes, Jones, and Schwenke on the way now for Tech.
You'd have to argue that this is going to be Tech's best chance. You've got the top of the lineup coming up against Vail. We saw during the break that Nelson Mercado made his way down to the bullpen. You got to presume that he will have the 9th inning to close this one down. If the Wonder Boys are going to make something happen, it needs to be in this inning.
Really no surprise that Mercado starting to warm up as well. We knew that was going to be something for Coach Harvey in the tank there, that, or in the arsenal, I suppose is a better way of saying that he'll be able to use. That one will be watched outside, 1-1 the count. Cabranes will pull that one to left. It will drop for a hit. Cabranes turns, and a good throw back in from Wolf will keep him there. So for the inning, a leadoff single, just what the doctor ordered for Tech.
How short is the leash for Vail here? I give him at least one more at bat, see if he can make something happen. They've already got an arm loosening with not named Mercado. They may throw it to him. Nice first pitch strike there.
Grant Jones 0 for 3 on the day. And the shift already on a little bit with him, not too much, but they're shading to the right. Not going to give that much to work with there. Throwing it outside, see if he might reach. 1-2 now the count. Right back up the middle, one hop, it will go into center field. And now a man on first and second. And we'll see Blake just how short that leash is. That one looked a lot more playable.
I think it looked a lot more playable than it actually, a lot less playable than it actually. It looked more playable than it was, excuse me.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
Okay. Schwenke. Schwenke to bat now. Runners on first and second, sorry.
If you can't have fun.
That's right, we're late in the tournament here. Fouls that one back.
My eyes are fixed on John Harvey at the base of the stairs in that third base dugout. He has sunk down from his usual perch about 2/3 of the way up.
I was going to say, he just has been a fixture in that spot. And they have been in the third base dugout the entirety of the tournament, too. He has hovered right there. And when he stepped away, you mentioned you were looking for him. He's not there. Something else is going on. Schwenke on the day. He walked in the previous inning. The throw to third as the runner goes. Got him! How about that from Poppy? Big time throw to third base as Cabranes tries to steal, and he is caught.
Caught for the second time in this game and for the third time overall today. He gets a good jump. Poppy just fires that throw right on the spot. Dorrance goes in and applies the tag.
And a strike bringing this count full on Schwenke as well.
Now Vail's one pitch away from getting out of this inning or getting through the top four of the order.
And Schwenke watches ball 4. There we go.
My favorite saying.
Come on, Blue.
Come on, Blue. Followed closely by call it both ways.
Yeah. And you get that from our perspective from the left side of the bleachers, which is where the Monticello fans are. So it brings up Nick Jones, who's batting from the number 4 spot. Jones reached base by way of a walk. And that was the previous inning. In the 6th, it would be Schwenke with a walk, Jones with a walk. By the way, neither scored. Here in this inning, it's Schwenke with a walk, and we'll see what happens with Jones. Nothing doing there. 2 balls.
Now we'll have us a mound visit.
Tying run, by the way, in the form of Nick Jones here in the top of the 8th. Cleanup spot, 1 down, but more importantly at this point, runners on 1st and 2nd. Nick Jones, during the course of the postseason, in all games here in the GAC Championship, which now that number is running into the 8th game for Arkansas Tech. The previous 7, he's been batting .385 since the regular season came to a close. His on-base percentage of .469. He has 8 RBI and 10 hits in the postseason so far. I'd like to make it 11 here if he can. We already know that there have been baseballs that have cleared that right field fence. He has a powerful swing.
Joey, this is the bat I'm most afraid of here. Even though it loads the bases, I'm not sure I give anything for Jones to hit here.
There might have been an opportunity, but the count goes full now with 1 out. And here is a big-time payoff pitch on the way. I agree with you. I would be cautious. Struck him out. Rings him up right there. How about that? Big-time strikeout for Monticello. 2 down now in the top of the 8th.
Oh, dotted the fastball right at the knees. What a pitch.
Wow.
Little arm side run, a little two-seam action going away from the left-handed batter. If he makes contact with that, it's a weak ground out to third and potentially a double play. But he takes a look, and that one froze him.
How big is that? I mean, seriously, how gutsy is that?
Trust your fastball. If you can spot it, you can do a lot of good things.
That one hit high and deep, not deep enough. Monticello holds on in the 8th inning. Great defense, solid pitching. The Boll Weevils will come back up to bat when we come back.
Hey, what you doing this for? Just out here for recreational purposes? Working, man.
Mission today is to work hard until you can't go no more. It's always a team mission. Can't get nowhere without the team. It takes everybody.
1, 2, 3. Hey, you better be open. You better be open. Man, listen, There's only one attitude that you gotta bring. Let's go. That you need to bring.
Work. I mean, we come down here every day to get better. If it was easy, everybody would do it, man.
We work out on the street. You feel me? We the best in the nation. We outwork y'all. We outwork anybody. We always grinding, always getting better. Every time I come through these lines, no matter what these lines at, work. Maximum effort. Get 'em out of here. Let's go.
Tech back in the field right now, and Blake, that may have been as big or as good an opportunity as Tech will see just the opportunities there and shut down by the Boll Weevils in the 8th.
Got the top half of your lineup out of the way. You have to assume Mercado's fixing to start getting loose. Is going to be given the 9th. Vale has done admirably. He's gotten himself into some situations, but he's pitched himself out of them, which is really important for a guy coming out of the bullpen trying to hold on to a 3-run lead.
So Cordova, Hawthorne, and Tanner now on the way here in the bottom of the 8th. Want to get everything you can here.
I think it goes a little bit beyond insurance runs here. These are big time runs if you can put them on the board.
These are statement runs. Lose 9-3 in the first game. You come back, you'd love to win 9-3. Throw 3 extra runs on there. Prove that both Cordova and Hawthorne are better hitters than they have been today.
Cordova 0 for 2 on the day. Reached base via walk in the 4th inning. He was caught stealing then as well. That was the 3rd out of the inning back then.
Don't ever want to make the 3rd out of the inning on the base paths, either at third base or on any kind of steal situation.
Swing and a miss there. 1-1 now the count. Hawthorne on deck. It has not been his game offensively. He'll have one more opportunity. Watches that one a little high. 2-1 now the count. Cordova was 0 for 3 in the first game today. And he'll watch that one through for a ball as well. 3-1 now the count.
Living dangerously with a fastball at the top of the zone, even though that is missed multiple times now. Going back to the well on that is dangerous. Cordova may have the green light here 3-1 if he sees that same pitch.
That one cuts a little more inside, but still finds the corner. Not quite the same pitch, but I agree. That would have been hard to hold that bat on the shoulder a little earlier. Here's the full count. No one out. Cordova. We'll see it again.
Cordova wants to do anything to get on base, that leadoff man.
Fouls that one back as well. Talk about working these pitchers. Really at this point, not as much of a big deal unless you just extended 4 or 5 batters in a row, but I don't think anyone has a long leash right now. And you know that Mercado is likely on the way in the 9th. Finally, the 4th ball for Cordova. He worked through that, and he will reach base. Second time this afternoon in this game that he'll reach with a walk. That brings us back to the top of the order one more time. Rock Hawthorne. Hawthorne went 0 for 3 in game 1 today, and then got on with a single. He's 0 for 4 right now in game 2 of the day. How does he follow this? And Cordova will go ahead and take second on the wild pitch.
It's going to keep Cordova from risking that steal. Again, he's already got caught once in this game.
Now, discussion now. So they have to think about this one just a little bit more. Catch your breath. Hawthorne, to this point, really hasn't shown himself to be that the huge threat. So you may want to stay out there one more batter. Tanner and Wolf and Poppy, at least this weekend alone, and really over the course of the season, but specifically this weekend, have been tough outs. So if you can stay out there one more batter here, it might make a difference. There is activity, by the way, in the Tech bullpen.
Another left-handed arm.
Hawthorne does find the gap, and it's going to be enough for an RBI. Hawthorne still running. He will stand up at 2. Cordova comes in for the score. Monticello's lead is now 4, and Rock Hawthorne has his first hit of the day, and it's an RBI double.
He will actually advance to second base on the error by the center fielder, Jones. An uncharacteristic miss for Jones. He just misplayed that ball and went right under his glove. He had to stop his momentum, turn around, and come back.
That brings up Camden Tanner. I think I was giving it to him because he was halfway there by the time that it all happened, but he showed the speed from the word go.
That will still count as an RBI. Cordova
Absolutely.
scoring on the hit either way.
There's no question. And Tanner right up the middle. Dawson, the throw to first. And 1 down. Hawthorne over to third. Kirk Wolf now batting.
Some howls from the Weevil fan section for Wolf.
That's how you show your appreciation. So 1 down. Wolf watches that one through. Runner on third. And this one really, I think that was a big run. You get one more. Start calling those insurance runs as well. Heading into the ninth, I mean, you're looking at, you don't trade it out for a run at that point.
Something of note, Joey, the Monticello bullpen is quiet with a 4-run lead, which could get bigger. They might let Vail out a little while longer.
You know these two teams are going to be playing 5 or 6 days. Generally enough rest, but if you have just a little bit more, probably would be happy with that. And that one will be put into right field if it stays, and it does. Another run scores. And Wolf stands up at second. 8-3 now the score for Monticello with 1 down.
Just off the end of the bat, a touch late, but gets it to land in a perfect spot, rolling all the way into the corner and catching a weird hop off the sidewall just past the tarp. Allows him to get to second. Now the most dangerous bat in the lineup.
He has been for sure today. Chaz Poppy had a big-time defensive play earlier when he threw out a runner trying to steal third. Poppy has 2 home runs on the day, both of them deep. 5 RBI. 2 swings of the bat by Poppy, enough offensive production for Monticello in and of itself. Runner on here. Poppy content to just watch that with a little bit of a check swing there. Went around enough. 0-2 now the count.
Don't want to give any free outs.
Oh, 2 the count. Wolf on second. And Poppy will lift that up into center field. And calling for it is Jones. Wolf will go ahead and go over to third. Poppy with a fantastic afternoon. He'll fly out, but he will advance a runner. 2 down now.
Does a job with 1 out. Just not quite enough into the gap to get that down.
And that brings up Chase Cripps. Cripps walked in the 7th, had a single in the 5th. Tech needing 1 more out just to get back in and hope for something big in the top of the 9th.
They've dug themselves a bit deeper of a hole, giving up these 2 runs here in the bottom half of the 8th.
That one outside. 2-0. The shadow of the pitched roof in the stands starting to make its way onto the field. Right up the middle. Taken by Cabranes. The throw. In time. Got it. Saves a run. But 2 more on the board in the bottom of the 8th. And Monticello is looking to take this one home. You know, Blake, we are privileged, and I mean that word when I say it, privileged to get to work with some great people in the GAC Sports Network, and always enjoy talking about them in the booth. There's a good look at our truck right there. There's Cassandra. She's in the back on sound. Tamara and Dallas right there. It's a live shot, by the way. There is producer Nathan Johnson, Taylor Gomez on the board. Look at all those buttons she gets to push there. That's fantastic. Matt Johnson there as well. EJ Stone, Reef Tucker, Keith Brown on camera. Great look at the guys. There they are. Right next to us, too. There's Keith. My goodness. You get to see us one more time in here, too. Sam's around here somewhere. These guys are fantastic. Let me mention it again. Camera, EJ Stone, Reef Tucker, Keith Brown. Cassandra Johnson on audio. Tamara Brown, graphics. Dallas Hall, replay. Taylor Gomez, you saw there, directing. Nathan Johnson producing. Matt Johnson's the engineer. And Blake, I would let you say something here really quickly as well. I think it's a privilege. I am always a little bit sad at this point in the season because that means it's going to be another 5 or 6 months before I get to see all of you all again. And just to get to be a part of this crew is it's one of the honors of my broadcasting career.
It has been an absolute privilege working with these folks. Now my 3rd baseball tournament, threw a basketball one in there. And these guys in the truck have become some of my very good friends, and I enjoy the camaraderie that we have as a crew, and getting to hang out with some of these guys and kind of talk through life with them. They're not only great at their job, but they're great people. Definitely people I'm glad to have on my side.
One other thing, too, and I don't know if you saw this or not, but we got a picture of Sam Roop. I was going to say outstanding in her field because I think she was outstanding in the field at that point in time, but she is outstanding in her field, and it has been fantastic to work with her. She has been a part of GAC broadcasts in the 23-24 season. This is her 4th stop along the GAC tour. There she is, waving at us there. Sam, you're doing a great job. We really appreciate you, and we love you as well. So it's been good to get to work with her, and obviously, Blake, getting to work with you too. You know, sometimes we have to run down the list really quickly, and I really appreciate the camera there in the truck and then the shot of Sam there so that we get to talk a little bit more about the folks because as a crew, like you mentioned, great people. They're all great individuals, and again, it's a privilege and an honor. Now, back to business here for at least the top half of the inning. Monticello would like to see that be the case. 3 outs away for taking the GAC Baseball Championship in 2024 and earning the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Popped high and away.
They bring in Kyle Roop out of the bullpen with a couple of extra runs. Mercado down there, stretching, throwing a couple of balls here and there, just in case something wonky happens.
Ground ball to second. The throw from Cripps is in time. 1 down. Ronaldo will take a seat, and that will bring up Brendan Bard. By the way, not to go too fast through Kyle Roop. He has a 3-0 record, and he has 4 saves to his credit this year. 27, now 28 innings pitched. He's given up 22 hits and just 9 runs, all of them earned. Opponent's batting average of .212 for Roop. Hard swing and a miss for.
Saw the fastball well too late there.
And I say Bard was coming up. That would, it's Brandon Bunton now batting. Bunton checking in for Bard. He'll foul that one back.
Bunton, the Dardanelle product, just down Highway 7 from Russellville, home of the Sand Lizards. One of the great Arkansas mascots.
Absolutely. Home of one Will Pruitt as well.
Indeed.
Will Pruitt, the conference commissioner for the Great American Conference, and another great individual.
He'll be making his way down to the field shortly to present a championship trophy.
Bunton watches ball 4. And so a runner on now. And another entrance into the lineup as Aaron Hogue now pinch hitting. We saw Hogue pinch run in the first game today. And the junior from Clinton, Arkansas, will come into bat. Watch is called strike 1.
Imagine everyone in that Monticello dugout.
Runner is going, and this one is hit safely into right field. And Bunton takes his way all the way to third, and a single for Hogue. So now runners on the corners for Tech. This one not done yet.
The hit and run.
Sawyer Duddleston now to pinch hit. The redshirt junior from Springdale, Arkansas. Played his high school ball at Shiloh Christian.
A Arkansas football and baseball powerhouse, Shiloh Christian, the Saints.
Ball 1, as Duddleston will watch that go through. Runners on the corners now. Duddleston for the season hitting .169. Making his 32nd game, which he's made an appearance. 8-3 the score. 2 outs away for Monticello. And that one watched through for a ball as well. 2-0 the count. Button on third, Hogue on first. Hogue will run, and Poppy will simply let him go. And of course, this gives Blake an opportunity to say what?
Defensive indifference. The greatest scoring stat in baseball. My personal favorite, at least.
And that one watched for a strike. 3-1 now the count. And Duddleston, with runners in scoring position, trying to keep his team in it. Hard swing and a miss there. Count goes full.
Roop got off to a great start this inning. He's let some things go. And he got to get his best pitch here.
Here's the full count, the payoff pitch. And it is ground ball lined right up the middle. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And Sawyer Duddleston comes off the bench to put 2 runs on the board for this Tech team.
They always say the last 3 outs are the hardest to get. After a leadoff ground out, 3 pinch hitters make their way to the plate and do their job. And now the lineup card turns over again.
So it goes back now to Marcos Cabranes. Watches that one through. Takes it for a ball a little high. 1 down. Monticello still needs 2 outs. Duddleston on first. Here's the 1-0. 1 hop high to third base. Not fielded properly to throw is not going to happen. E5, and Tech has 2 men aboard.
That's a tough hop. But once it's fielded there, it's got to be fielded cleanly by Dorrance. And now we're going to have a meeting of the minds, and it looks like it's Mercado that's going to come in and try to shut the door.
So Coach Harvey himself coming out to be a part of this conversation. And Mercado will be making his way in. We'll take one more break, and we'll come back and tell you what you probably already know.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Nelson Mercado had a big game on Thursday. Struck out mule riders left and right. And that's what he's being called on to do now to close this thing out. Mercado from Ontario, Canada. Most recently, prior to Monticello, played at Connor State College in Oklahoma. Mercado with a 4-3 record, 7 saves now after that save against Southern Arkansas a couple of days ago. He's making his 23rd appearance, all of them in relief. An ERA of 3.67, opponent's batting average of just 185. And he's being brought in here to record the final 2 outs if he can. 2 runs here in the top of the 9th for Tech, 2 men on. And so a bit of a situation that Mercado finds himself in. And he will try to extricate himself and the team.
Already a win and a save in this Final Four for Mercado. He's had quite the week. Did not pitch in Game 1 today. They saved him for this moment.
And that one watched for a ball, 1-0 the count.
88 miles an hour on the fastball. By far the hardest pitch of the day for any UAM pitcher.
That one popped back, 1-1 now the count.
Do you remember watching The Rookie with Dennis Quaid back in the early 2000s?
Way back when, just vaguely, yes.
Remember in the press conference after the game, after his Major League game, when they asked what pitches he threw, fastball, and fastball. That's Mercado's diet right here.
This one will go high and deep. Runners will look to tag up. They do. Duddleston will move to third. And Cabrera stays at first. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's the way, and realistically, that's the way it should be, I think, with him.
Now, you've got to be able to spot it. You've got to be able to keep Schwenke, who's a good 3-hole hitter, from getting something down in the gap, because Cabrones is a very good runner. He is thinking score all the way on any kind of base hit that he's got a chance on. And we'll have a visit, just a little strategy session.
Well, you know, Mercado's not going anywhere. This is what he was brought in to do. This is what he was saved in the bullpen to do, was to take this home if he was able to get to this position. Tying run now at the plate in the form of Logan Schwenke. Schwenke walked in his last bat.
I'll give Arkansas Tech a lot of credit. They could have just laid down and finished this one.
Now, I think you have to give not only Arkansas Tech, but how about 3 consecutive pinch hitters to come in and take care of business?
Guys that are mostly pinch runners and defensive substitutions, or have been throughout a good chunk of the year.
Big time effort late in this game. Nelson Mercado facing Logan Schwenke. Schwenke swings at the first one and fouls that one back. First base side, 0-1 now the count.
It's just a long, loud strike.
The 0-1 to Schwenke. He'll watch that one. Doesn't want to sit there with the bat on his shoulders, though. Just watch the play come to him. He'd like to go to the play.
Don't know that he's seen a fastball of Mercado's with that much cut. With a good bit of glove side run.
1-1. And Schwenke fouls that one off. Wonder Boys down to their final strike. And still one swing away.
Don't get too cute here. Stick with what brought you.
Crowd senses it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one high, 2-2.
The chase, like that, high fastball. Now if you want to tunnel it with some sort of breaking action, you could. I don't know that Mercado will, but he has that ability. He can start a pitch there.
Here's the 2-2. That one lined to center field. Cordova is there to make the catch. And the dog pile is on. The Bull Weevils are champions in 2024. An 8-5 victory over Arkansas Tech, the top seed in the tournament, advances to the NCAA tournament. A hard-fought win, a well-earned win, and a fantastic afternoon culminated in a Bull Weevil dog pile in the middle of the field. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we will bring you closing ceremonies and get to hear from some of these players and wrap things up ultimately from North Little Rock.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger, an unstoppable force for good. More than book smart, more than business smart, they are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
The baseball championship has now been completed for the Great American Conference for 2024. Your champions, the Boll Weevils from the University of Arkansas-Monticello. A fantastic run, a great season that will continue into the NCAA tournament, as no doubt Arkansas Tech's will as well. 8-5 the final from North Little Rock in Dickey-Stephens Park here, the home of the Arkansas Travelers. Travelers away for just a little bit, giving opportunity for the Great American Conference to crown a champion in 2024, and that champion wearing green, black, and white today. Coach John Harvey's team, big victory in Game 2 of the day. Fell 9-3 a little bit earlier, had to play in the if necessary game, and an 8-5 victory going away to take the title. And Blake, it's been a big week of baseball, obviously. 2 good games today. One got away a little bit and gave Arkansas Tech some momentum to head into the if necessary game. And then Monticello struck early and showed itself to be maybe a little bit more in Game 2.
Just had a little bit more pitching, and that was really what it came down to. Timely hits from the Boll Weevils. The 2 home runs for Chaz Poppy loom large after a bit of a milquetoast offensive tournament for him. And he really stepped up when it mattered the most, and he has to be one of the very, very happy Boll Weevils, along with Coach John Harvey and his staff.
Poppy 2 for 5 on the day. But it was those 2 big home runs, the 5 RBI that came alongside 2 of the longest, deepest hit balls in this tournament. 2 for 3 for Wolf on the day. He had a solid day. Scored runs as Poppy sent him home in both of those home run hits. Camden Tanner, the freshman, 2 for 4 on the day. His average now in the season, .418. A fantastic number for the freshman, who is a rising star in the conference. For Arkansas Tech, Marcos Cabranes, 2 for 4 on the day. And there you see Tech wrapping things up here from North Little Rock. Going to recognize the all-tournament team here in just a moment and hand out the trophy for the tournament championship. Sam Roop will have an opportunity to visit with a couple of players as well on this team. Sweet victory being played here in North Little Rock.
And it has to be a very sweet victory for these Boll Weevils, who have had a really good run of baseball over the last several years. And it looks like we're ready for the trophy presentation.
Bradley Field and the rest of the Arkansas Travelers staff for helping put together an outstanding baseball championship event. Let's have a big round of applause for all those who helped put on this fantastic tournament. At this time, we'll begin our award ceremony with the naming of our all-tournament squad. Presenting the awards this afternoon are GAC Commissioner Will Pruitt and Senior Associate Commissioner Audra Keating. Your all-tournament team is from Southern Arkansas, Jaden Woolbright. From Harding, Colton Doyle. From Harding, Maddox Long. From Harding, Davis Welch. From Arkansas Tech, Will Horton. From Arkansas Tech, Mason Willis. From Arkansas Tech, Grant Jones. From Arkansas Tech, Nick Jones. From Arkansas-Monticello, Nelson Mercado. From Arkansas-Monticello, Chase Cripps. From Arkansas-Monticello, Camden Tanner. And the final member of the all-tournament team, who is also the tournament's most valuable player, from Arkansas-Monticello, Chaz Poppy. And now, the runner-up trophy goes to the Wonder Boys from Arkansas Tech University. And now, the 2024 Great American Conference Baseball Tournament champions and recipients of an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, the Boll Weevils of Arkansas-Monticello. Arkansas Travelers, thank you for attending the 2024 GAC Baseball Championship. Have a safe trip home, and we look forward to seeing you back here next year.
Stevens Park, a champion has been crowned, and we'll get a chance here in just a moment to get to visit with a couple of players on that championship team. As was recognized as well, the Boll Weevils are recipients of the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. We'll find out a little bit more about that as we go on. You can follow along as the selection show for Division II baseball will take place tomorrow, and you said it was in the evening tomorrow night, Blake.
I believe it was about 9:30 is when that's scheduled to be released.
So we will know more about the destinations for these two teams as both teams very likely advancing. You never want to second guess any of these or jump the gun on any of these at-large bids, but I can't see a scenario in which Arkansas Tech is not playing. Monticello playing for sure, automatic bid, and we believe as well that the Harding Bisons have played their way into the NCAA tournament. The Great American Conference most likely to be a 3-bid league in the central region of the NCAA tournament. So baseball will continue from the state of Arkansas on the Division II level, and of course all 3 of those teams, as we've mentioned, sharing the conference championship in the regular season this year. But it's Dole Weevils, the conference champs here today, and rightfully so. They earned it. Great play on the field. They put themselves in a position, Blake, to have a little room for error. You know, if you're Coach John Harvey and the Boll Weevils, you don't want to play the if necessary game, but they were in a place where they could at least be in that position.
If you put yourself there, put yourself in a position to set yourself up for success there, and they did with their pitching, and they really did. You've got to give credit to the staff that pitched in the first game. We know that went a little longer than a couple of them probably are used to going, but that really set the bullpen in good shape, and they produced, only giving up the 5 runs, of course 2 of which came in the last inning. But just a kudos to the coaching staff, to the players. Everybody just came in to this week and did their work.
And now players with their championship tournament T-shirts on right now are alongside Sam Roop, and we get to visit with Nelson Mercado and with Chaz Poppy, the tournament MVP. Sam?
Guys, what a win. Can you just describe how you're feeling right now?
Oh, man, it's a huge honor. It's a great team to do it with. I love every single one of them, and we still got regionals and more to go. So.
MVP, how are we feeling?
I mean, feeling good. Of course, I did what I did, but those guys out of the bullpen and putting up extra runs when we did, huge.
Being brought in from the bullpen to get those last 2 outs, like, can you describe how you're feeling? What was your approach on the mound?
Well, I was really relaxing in the bullpen. I was getting my pitches in. 3rd day in a row throwing. It's not what I'm really used to, but I definitely settled down, focused, and just got the job done.
Those home runs today, what was your approach at bat?
Coach kind of said, just go do what we do. And, I mean, I went up there and just did that. Luckily, put a good swing on the ball, and they went.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you, Sam. Sam Roop, fantastic job in the field today and throughout the week here. Of course, the Great American Conference Sports Network crew, we had a chance to visit with them or show them a little bit earlier. Fantastic crew as well. And Blake, has always been a privilege to get to sit next to you and call baseball games. And we look forward to doing it again in the future. In the meantime, 2024, the book has now been closed on the Great American Conference Tournament, as we actually will get an opportunity to visit with a couple more players. So I'm not going to sign off just yet. We'll throw it back down to Sam.
Yes, I'm with Chase and Camden right now. Guys, how are we feeling? Is there any words to describe this feeling right now?
Oh, it's awesome. Like, last couple of years have been kind of whatever for us, but to come out and win the whole thing this year is just amazing.
Camden, how are you feeling?
It's incredible. I'm just happy for this team. I mean, we bounced back. Halfway through the season, we didn't know we were going to be here, but we got it.
Amazing at bat today. Can we talk about the offensive approach?
Hit the ball. I mean, it wasn't much of an approach. Didn't hit a barrel anywhere, but it worked. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, you guys.
Thank you, Sam. And all 4 of the players with whom Sam had the opportunity to visit, members of the all-tournament team for 2024. So, again, book closed now as we are starting to wrap things up. But Sam may get one more opportunity, and yes, she does, to visit with the head coach of the Arkansas-Monticello Boll Weevils, Coach John Harvey. And, Sam, take it away.
Coach Harvey, is there any words to describe the feeling you have right now?
Oh, man, relieved right now. I mean, it seems like we've made pretty much every game interesting, and, we found a way to make that one interesting too. But it was nice to see, and we talked about a month ago that we're going to have someone that usually is not playing to step up and be big in situations like this. And, Ruben gave us 4 solid innings today, and, Dylan came in, gave us 3+ innings, so that was huge for us.
Going from the first game to the second game today, what was your offensive approach to get more runs on the ball?
Well, their pitcher did a really good job of just keeping us off balance and running fastballs in, and I mean, he kind of beat us. I mean, I don't know what his velocity was, but it wasn't very hard, but he just kept us off balance and, jammed us up a lot. So it was kind of good to get him out of there and get on with the next game. So I don't know if there was a different approach or not. It was just, a different arm, and we got better swings off of him.
Coach John Harvey, the winning coach with the 2024 GAC Tournament Champions, the Arkansas-Monticello Boll Weevils, here at Dickey-Stephens Park. So, I don't know, may have tried to sign off a little bit too early. Want to make sure Sam got all the players in. She got to visit with the head coach and with the champions, and of course the members of the all-tournament team. An 8-5 victory for Monticello. Their season definitely continues. Automatic bid and champions here in the GAC.
The best team on the field this week, in my opinion, goes and wins. You don't always see that in baseball, but today, Joey, the better team ended up winning the ball game.
That is the case. They put themselves in a position maybe to have a little bit of room for error, but they come back strong. From game 1 to game 2 today, only the third time in GAC history that we have needed an if necessary game, and that was the case today. But the Boll Weevils, champions overall, 8-5 the victory. So for the GAC Sports Network crew, and for Sam Roop and Blake Smith, I'm Joey McWilliams from Dickey-Stephens Park in North Little Rock, Arkansas. God bless you all. Have a great day.